One moment, please. Yeah! Woo! Oh my goodness, we did it. For the first time in 21 years, we're going to the Stanley Cup Final. It wasn't easy. Nothing ever is in this sport. If hockey was really easy, I wouldn't really love it so much. This is the hardest game to play. And New Orleans made it hard, more than later. But it was a crazy game. It wasn't always like that. So McCarr started scoring very early, about 3 minutes something in. And it's 1-0. And this is good because we don't really score first much anymore. We scored first in every game in that series against Nashville. Tonight was the third time in the last 10 games that we scored first. And two of them were in this series, and that's something. But anyway, it was 1-0 after 20, and we were trying to get another. We couldn't get it, but then the floodgates started to open a bit. Hyman, I forget who scored the go-ahead goal. Who scored the go-ahead goal for him. I had to look that up, but I think it was Hyman who tied it. The ex-Leaf. I liked Hyman with Toronto. I still can't believe he's not. They didn't keep him. That's right. R&H on that bad pass. He got it, broke away, and that was it. And then you know who, McDavid, on the power play, 3-1. Even then, I wasn't really sweating it because here's the thing. We were up 3-0, and my thinking was, well, worst case scenario, we have to go back and try and clinch it at home. And then, but my thinking was, third period, we're going to start to come back. And boy, did we. 30-something seconds in, Taves makes it a 1-goal game, but then Hyman again. But this is all within the first, 5 minutes. And then this crazy, all sorts of crazy shit happens in front of Mike Smith and Landeskog, who is actually on my TV right now as I'm speaking. He ties up. I thought it was the Chushkin. The goal actually went to Landeskog. Did I say tie? No, he didn't tie, but he made it a 1-goal game again. But then McKinnon commits a tripping penalty. And I go, oh, no. And we need to kill this. And it's crazy. Leon Draisaitl, the Batman to Connor McDavid's Superman, gets the puck, has a wide open net, missed it. I couldn't believe it, and that was certain that had he scored that goal, we had to go back to Denver. We weren't going to win. We were not going to win that game had he scored, had he found an open net. But he didn't get it. It's killed off, and then about seconds later, a pass gets to McKinnon. Boom, tie game. And then they commit a penalty. We're going on our second power play game. We only had 2 power plays. We scored on both of them. Mikko Rantanen, the Moose is loose, and all of a sudden we have our first lead since I think the first half of the second period. And even then I'm going, calm down, relax. There's 5 minutes left. Too many things can happen. This whole period's been insane. And then and of course about 2 minutes later, Cassian, they didn't even have to pull the goalie. Zach Cassian gets it in. Francois didn't see the rebound and was able to tap it in, so it's 5-5. And I'm going, you know what? We need to hold on. Let's hold on for overtime. I said, bring on overtime, because I was not. Usually, I'm nervous with the Avs at overtime. Usually, I'm nervous with the Avs at overtime to playoffs. Not in this one. Here's why. We came from 2 down twice to get this, and I figured, and something told me we were going to win. I was kind of expecting another Darren Helm for Game 6, but I was like, you know what, bring out overtime. Let's just bring it. As Rock said, just bring it. But anyway, and it didn't take long, and the pass gets to Lehkonen. He bats it down. I think the net's half open. He puts it in, and I'm going crazy. Oh my god! And they have to look at it and go, oh no. Nah, for some reason, I didn't have any doubts that it would hold up. And they even said it was batted down, but not in. It was batted down so he could control it. Then he put it in. And all the talking heads doing that game said it was a good goal. And then they made the official ruling. The goal was good. The series is over, and we are 4 simple wins away from the Stanley Cup. How fitting that it was Artturi Lehkonen. This is the second straight year he's done this. Last year was the reason why I was so elated that Sakic traded for him. Last year, we all remember this. The Stanley Cup semifinal. Remember, there were no conferences last year. Game 6 went to overtime. Artturi Lehkonen for the Montreal Canadiens. He scored the overtime winner to send Montreal to the Cup final. And then here it is, the following year, he does it again, scores an overtime winning goal in the conference final, and this is conference final, to send his team to the Cup final. So this is back-to-back years of Cup finals for Mr. Lehkonen. And I'm all full of emotion right now. I'm all full of emotion. We are in the Stanley Cup, by God, finals. You know how long it's been since we've been in the Cup final? We didn't have a horn the last time we were there. No, this is true. We did not have an actual goal horn. Back then, when we scored at home, I think a small siren went off and music played, but we didn't get the goal horn we have. We didn't get that until 2003. So so here we are in the Cup final, and we'll have home ice in the Cup final against either Rangers or Tampa. And we actually don't. It's not really known when it's going to start, because it says, because I read this today too. The date they had for the final was the 18th, but if the East final ends in 5, they may move it up to the 15th, which is next Wednesday. Of course, the Eastern Conference final can end as early as the 9th. So so they could get moved up. I hope it does. I hope the Rangers kind of finish it off, and then we can know who's playing. But oh my God! And of course they presented the Campbell Bowl. Landeskog did touch it. Did have his hand on it. They didn't pick it up though. But you know that whole superstition, it doesn't really hold a lot of water. I still remember Ovechkin really picked up the Wales Trophy in 2018, and he won. They still won. So who knows? We just got to do it, get it done. But it's amazing. Nathan McKinnon is a Stanley Cup Finals. He's going to be in the final. Cale Makar, Gabriel Landeskog, who has been with the Avs for 10 years now. It's been a decade. Mikko Rantanen, Nazem Kadri is in the Cup. The story they have is he could be out for the final, but I still say there's a chance he's going to come back. And I really hope he's back for the final. But if not, we just need to win that baby for him. We need to win it for him. But I do believe he'll be back during some part of the final. But and now I have to talk about the Oilers. I'm not gonna do any boasting, any shit talking here, because as soon as the Oilers made it this far, that's when my whole rhetoric about David and Draisaitl need to leave. They need to get out of there. I'm done saying that. Those two don't need to go anywhere. They don't. They got this far finally, staying there. I don't think they need to go anywhere. They might need another piece or two, but this team they're kind of knocking on the door here. They got to the conference final finally, and I think it's a matter. I think it might be a matter of time before McDavid and Draisaitl win a cup eventually. Who knows? But the Oilers. It was a. I'm surprised we swept that team because I thought for sure it was going to be a long series. Hell, even with this sweep, with the many goals it scored, it seemed like it was a 7-game series. This team had us on our heels. They did. But we beat them to the punch a lot, and as a result, we made it this far. The Oilers, well, they're going to make some plans to go a step further. But they really played all the bad blood and all the bad stuff aside. They really played their asses off. They really did. And it's back to another off-season plan. The Edmonton off-season is going to be pretty interesting for them. Also, of course, as we know, we have to bring this up for another year. With Edmonton's elimination, the Canadian Cup drought continues. No Stanley Cups for a Canadian franchise since 1993. That was the Montreal Canadiens. We all know that they beat the Kings out, and a Canadian team does not reach the final, unlike last year when Montreal made it. So the Cup drought continues for the country sitting above us. But in any event, we're in, baby. We're in. We are 4 wins away from hoisting that Stanley Cup. So, major congratulations. I am so happy. I'm just on cloud 9. I think I'm gonna be. You're gonna have to chisel this smile off my face. So anyway, the Western Conference Final is over. That's my recap of Game 4. Tomorrow is Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. They're still in Tampa, but the Rangers have a 2-1 lead. And Game 5, there is going to be a Game 5. That's Thursday, back at MSG. That could be a series clincher. And I think if the Rangers finish it off, then most likely the Stanley Cup Final will probably be moved up to the 15th instead of staying on the 18th. But like I said, that's my recap of Game 4. If you like this video, click the like button. Click subscribe if you want more. My story about the Edmonton Oilers on Vocal, I haven't written it yet, but when it's published, it'll be in the description to this video below. So check it out when you can. And I'll be back tomorrow to recap Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. So stay tuned and go Avs go.